Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Vinyl Hoarder. That's what I should call my channel. The Vinyl Hoarder. Seems like every time I start a video, I have to clear my throat. I've noticed that. So let me fix that real quick. If you've noticed, if you watch my videos a lot, or even casually, you notice that I'm a creature of habit. I think I've drank out of this coffee cup for the past 30 videos, maybe. That might be an exaggeration, but it's just, I like that cup. But I do clean it once in a while. Um, yeah. So, this past weekend was Record Store Day, 2018. One of my favorite days of the year, although, like I've said before, any day and every day is record Store Day or Record Day, or like today is Vinyl Monday, for example. Um, Me and Kat have set aside, I probably have said this before too, set aside a day of the week to make sure that we play a lot of our records. Although that's not the only day that we play records. But anyway, I got this Record Store Day shirt from Everybody's Records, which is where we went. Um, and I knew that that's probably the place that we would positively go to. I'd said in a previous video there might have been one other record store, but we just went to Everybody's. Um, we also went to a few other places after our record shopping. Um, and what I got at, we went to a place, we found a place just because we were looking for a place to have dessert, really. Let's just be honest. And we ended up finally finding a place that had some really good dessert and also had a bakery and stuff. So there was that. But then we ran upon a place called Hemptations. Um, this is in Cincinnati. And pretty much by the name, you know what kind of store it is. But I needed to get some incense, so I picked up some patchouli, some dragon's blood, some California white sage, which this is the one that I was really wanting to get, and some Nag Champa, which is the old standby. I meant to get some at Everybody's when we were there, but it's like everything else. When I'm at a record store, I just lose my whole brain, and I can't think straight because I have like, I'm in the zone and I'm like single-minded, I guess you could say, because they sell incense too, and I bought it there before. But I also meant to take some pictures and maybe even a video, and of course I didn't do either one because same reason, I was just in the zone. So I'll show you what I got. I got 8 records total, and only, let me think here, yeah, one of these is a Record Store Day release, and the other ones are just ones that I had never seen and didn't have. So, you don't have to just buy Record Store Day releases when you go. A lot of people do that though, actually, but since I like everything, it's just bound to happen that I'm going to find all kinds of stuff. And so, the first thing I'll show here, take it out of the sleeve, is a record that Kat had actually found for me because she had went over to the Record Store Day releases before I did. For some reason, like I said, my brain just goes on autopilot, if it even does that. And I was looking through some of the reissues, but not the Record Store Day stuff. And she went over there and she found this for me. I'm so glad she did because it was one of the things I wanted to get. It's the Shocking Blue Singles Collection, A's and B's, and this says Part 1. So I know there's a blue box out, and I want to say this could be part one of that, or it might be something totally different. It just says expanded vinyl edition, limited edition of 3,000 copies, individually numbered, and it says it includes a fan treat. It's 180 gram vinyl, of course. So let me open this up here. I have already opened these records and looked at them because, you know, I just have to. The fan treat in this one is probably this. That's the lead singer of Shocking Blue, which she looks quite different there from what the videos and pictures I've seen. She has like a lot shorter hair. It's sort of a lot curlier, but it's a cool little bicycle she's got there, and a cool studded outfit, I might say. But this one, these two are blue vinyl, Shocking Blue, you might say, and the other one's the same. And not only was I was really surprised and glad that Kat had found this for me, because by the time I got over there, it probably would have been gone. But since this was a limited record store day release, I only had like, I think 3 records that I wanted to get for record store day, and this was one of them. The other one was The Residents, which I didn't even see, and then the other one was the soundtrack to Planet Terror, which I messed around and waited too long because they had a separate box of Light in the Attic releases, which I guess that's the one that it was, the box that it was in, and I didn't get over there quick enough to look through that box, unbeknownst to me. So anyway, the Planet Terror soundtrack and then The Residents, I can't remember the name of that one. But I will say that everybody's had a really good selection and several copies of a lot of their releases. And then I'll show you what else I got. This one I had to get because I'd found the CD. It's been a while now, at a Goodwill, but this is the reissue of. I'm going to mess up his name because you don't know how to say anything right. Jean-Jacques Perret, I think is how you say it. Mood Indigo. And this is on Moog synthesizer. It's the landmark recording from Electronic Music Pioneer, cut from the original master tapes. Absolute must-have for vintage electronica heads, space-age pop enthusiasts, producers, of fans of adventures of pop music. So when I seen that, it's like, oh yeah, I really have to get it. And it's black vinyl. Not going to take it out of the sleeve. But yeah, it's just like something that's, to me, I'm really surprised that they reissued it really, because I didn't know that. I just didn't know. I don't know. I know now. But you know, I don't get on Discogs that often, or whatever website that you get on to find latest releases. It's just not something that I mean, I would do it if I could think about doing it, but I just can't really get it into my head to do. Cole, making a video go away. It's my cat. He's always, every time I come down here, he wants to get near me, but he doesn't want near me any other time. That's sort of odd. Some good coffee, though, I will say that. Are you comfortable there, Cole? Lay down. Okay, and then something that the last time we were at Everybody's, I was standing there looking through the reissues, and Jason comes over to me. He's on the phone, and someone on the phone is looking for this album, and I just happened to be looking at it and have it in my hand. I was showing it to Kat. She was across on the other side there, and he said, the guy on the phone, or Jason, I don't know which, said something about he was looking for that. And I said, "You looking for this record here?" And I handed it to him. And he put one back for the guy, I guess it was a guy, on the phone. And then after we left, I thought, why didn't I buy that? Because I'm never going to see it again, because this band is extremely popular right now. Their first tour has sold out in advance. I would love to see them in concert, but it's probably not going to happen. This is their EP. I do have the double EP on CD, which I think I showed recently. This is Greta Van Fleet, and this one's just called Black Smoke Rising. They had two copies of this, and it's like, oh my God. And I was over there looking at the reissues on the other side. I'd been at the record store. I'd been there for quite a while, and I was just flipping through stuff, and I don't know what made me think of it, but I thought, Greta Van Fleet. So I ran over there real quick to see if they had some, and I was lucky, very lucky. This has 4 songs on it. Like I said, it's an EP, their first EP. Highway Tunes, Safari Song, Flower Power, and Black Smoke Rising. All 4 of those songs are great, and everything I've heard them sing on their double EP and covers and live versions of stuff, everything's great. You know, if you're not familiar with Greta Van Fleet and you like the classic rock sound, you like Zeppelin, you know, they've been compared to Zeppelin. This is black vinyl. But see if you can find the double EP if you're not a vinyl collector. And I'm not going to take the shrink wrap off. I did take it off. I slid it off just to see the inside. It's a gatefold, and it's just got the lyrics on the inside. So yeah, I was really happy to find that. And I'll put that in there later. Cole's giving me a back massage right now. Aren't you, Cole? And then I picked this up. I have one of their other albums. I don't know the name of it right off, but they had these before, and I was hoping they'd have them when I went back. This is Shannon and the Clams. And this might be their first album. I'm not sure. It could be their newest album. But I have one of their other ones, like I said, and I really like it a lot. So this one's called Sleep Talk, I think. There's that. And the lyrics. And show you the record here real quick. It's clear, sort of a clear vinyl, but it's sort of like got a little bit of a green hue to it there. So that's, can you see that there? The light really makes that look almost fluorescent. It's cool. But yeah, Shannon and the Clams is a, how would I describe it? If you're not familiar with them, check them out for sure. Get on YouTube and listen to them. They sort of sound like a modern band, but they also sort of sound like the music part of it is sort of like a 50s type, 50s and 60s sound, which is sort of a, you just have to really listen to it. Did I show the back? I think I did. But yeah, it's really definitely worth checking out, because the other album I have is really great. And then I bought this. This is called I Want to Go Home. This is also Shannon and the Clams. And this one came out, none of these have years on them. This is a new band, fairly new, I guess. But yeah, the cover, that's great. I mean, and this one is also colored vinyl. It's like a really cool transparent blue. Is that a good look for me? But yeah, I was really glad that they still had these. And I thought the other one that I had, I thought it came with a download card. It actually did, but these two doesn't. So that would lead me to believe that the other one that I already had must have been the newest one, and then these were the earlier ones. I mean, I could be wrong. But I know Tim Allen showed that last, not that one, but the one before that in one of his videos. Um, it's like, man, he got that, and I don't know why I didn't buy it when I seen it the first time. So, you know, when you see something in the VC, or at least when I see something in the VC, it makes me want to even get it more. And then when we were at on Record Store Day, it just happened to be this guy's birthday, so I had to pick up something by him. This is Iggy and the Stooges, and I already have Raw Power, but this one is called More Power, and I don't know if this is an official release or not, but I wanted to get, like I said, on his birthday, I wanted to pick up something, so I did. And this is just black vinyl, but this is feels like 180 gram, which I just wonder, is all records 180 gram now? Does anyone out there know that? Because it seems like all the records that I buy, that's new records or reissues, even if they don't say 180 gram, they still feel like they are. But this one is, from what I can tell, all of these songs are different songs than the Raw Power album. This came out in 2009. It's on Cleopatra Records, which that's a fairly known record label. It says all tracks recorded between 72 and 73. Louie Louie is the only one I recognize, but I don't know. I don't think that's on the other Raw Power album. So yeah, Iggy and the Stooges. And then I've been wanting something from this band for a while, and they had 3 or 4 of their records, and it was hard to decide. This says new studio album, and it is 2015. Is that 15? Yeah, 2015. So it's not the newest one, but it's King Gizzard, and the Lizard Wizard. And it's a modern band, a newer band, psychedelic, very strange, which is right up my alley. It's a new studio album, psych, soul, surf, fuzz, garage, space rock, jazz, DIY, shamans, says The Guardian. And this is orange vinyl. It has a download card, which is always a plus. But this is like severe orange. It's sort of like a marble a little bit. That's a solid one there. It's really awesome. I think it's really awesome. So yeah, I haven't listened to this one, but I have listened to some of this band's stuff online, and I really like it. Like I said, because it's very psychedelic and very strange, and their videos are equally good. I mean, the ones that I've seen. So yeah, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. You check them out if you're not familiar with them. I was going to read some of the song titles, but they're not on the back. Here they are. Let's see, Paper Mache Dream Balloon. That's a great title. Time Equals Money. Bitter Boogie. Cold Cadaver. So yeah, any better than that. And then I bought one used record after I was done looking at all the Record Store Day releases and the reissues and whatnot. I went ahead and went to the jazz section because I'm really getting into more and more jazz, just because I'm not real familiar with a lot of it. And the ones that I am familiar with, I've been trying to pick up here and there. So I thought, I'll just look for certain things, and I was really surprised to find this because I thought, well, they're not going to have any by this artist. Guess what? Cab Calloway and his orchestra. And I should have known that Everybody's would have something from Cab Calloway. They had several of his albums, actually. because they have everything. And it's like I said before, that's why they're called Everybody's, because they have everything for everybody. Um, so yeah, Cab Calloway, that's awesome. Um, and this one has, put this back in here. This one has Minnie the Moocher on it, which probably anyone that knows, even if you don't know Cab Calloway, you probably know that song. Um, I think that's probably the only one that would stand out for anyone that doesn't know. Um, but the two that I was hoping I would find, which is not on this album, is Reefer Man and Kicking the Gong Around. Those two have been played on Dr. Demento's show and everything, but I'll keep looking and maybe I'll find those eventually on an album. So yeah, Cab Calloway, and look how young he is there. Really young. Um, that was a really good find, sort of unexpected. So that's all the stuff that I picked up for Record Store Day at Everybody's Records. Um, this year was really better than last year, and I say that probably in every time, but it really is because I mean a lot of the videos. Well, I haven't watched a lot of videos yet, but I will be watching some after I make this video of some of the stuff that people's found on Record Store Day at whatever store they went to. And a couple of them that I've watched here and there, they're showing stuff like I don't even know who that is. And a part of me thinks, well, I don't really want to know who that is. But then a part of me thinks, I'm really out of touch with music um, because I don't know who it is. Because they could be a new band. I don't know if they're new bands or not, but I'm assuming they are since I've never heard of them. And they show records is like, why would you want that? But then, of course, anybody that watches my videos, I could pick up something here at random, and people would say, well, why would you want that? So, it's funny with music. Everyone has their own tastes, um, and what caters to one person it isn't necessarily going to cater to someone else. It's like someone was saying that one of the Record Store Day releases was Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits, which I'm not a big Bruce Springsteen fan. I like a couple songs, and I probably have. Well, I have Born to Run, and I have Born in the USA, um, and I have what's the one called The River. But it's because it's a record, and there's something. The River is supposed to be really good, and I need to get that out and listen to it. But anyway, it's funny that they would release that because it seems like anybody that's a Bruce fan would have all that stuff that's on a greatest hits. But once again, if a certain band that I liked put out a greatest hits on vinyl and it's never been out before, for example, like the Ozzy, um, I think it's a double album or maybe a triple album, came out a couple years ago. Um, I bought the DVD set with all the music videos and live stuff, um, but I didn't buy the album. I would like to have that because it's got a lot of stuff, a lot of songs that were on some of his later releases that I actually don't have on vinyl. So I understand. Some people will buy that regardless because for that reason, or because they're just a fan of that band. So each to his own, I suppose. But altogether, was a really good Record Store Day, um, and Everybody's Records, once again, the guys are really nice. They and I really want to say thank you to Woody, um, and you know why. Um, you guys are all very helpful, and I just go on and on, but it means a lot to me that um, you guys treat, and I'm sure you treat everyone the same, but we're regulars, and we'll always um, probably go to Everybody's before we go anywhere else. I mean, I know it's not a competition really, but with record stores, or maybe it is. I don't know. But yeah, with Jason and Trevor and Woody and Harry and all you guys, you know, it's really a great store, and that's all I got to say about that. So thanks for watching, subscribing, and such. And we'll see you in the next video. And is that it? I think that's it.